Hi
Hi
everyone.
everyone.
In
In
this
this
video,
video,
we are
we are
going to
going to
discuss
discuss
about
about
electromagnetic
electromagnetic
theory
theory
and
and
transmission
transmission
line
line
subject,
subject,
previous
previous
examination,
examination,
questions
questions
and
and
explanation.
explanation.
So
So
that
that
is
is
R13
R13
regulation,
regulation,
supplementary
supplementary
examination,
examination,
December
December
2017.
2017.
Here,
Here,
we are
we are
going to
going to
discuss
discuss
about
about
electromagnetic
electromagnetic
theory and
theory and
transmission
transmission
line
line
subject,
subject,
Unit
Unit
1,
1,
previous
previous
examination,
examination,
questions and
questions and
explanation.
explanation.
So
So
here
here,
we are
we are
going to
going to
discuss
discuss
about
about
Unit
Unit
1,
1,
previous
previous
examination,
examination,
questions
questions
and
and
explanation.
explanation.
The
The
previous
previous
examination
examination
question
question
is,
is,
question
question
paper
paper
is
is
supplementary
supplementary
examination,
examination,
December
December
2017.
2017.
First, we
First,
are
we are
going to
going to
discuss
discuss
about
about
short
short
answer
answer
questions.
questions.
First, we
First,
are
we are
going to
going to
discuss
discuss
about
about
short
short
answer
answer
questions.
questions.
Question
Question
number
number
1A,
1A,
list
list
the
the
limitations
limitations
of
of
Gauss
Gauss
law.
law.
And
And
question
question
number
number
1B
1B
is
is
define
define
the
the
terms
terms
conduction
conduction
current
current
and
and
convection
convection
current.
current.
These
These
two
two
are
are
the
the
short
short
answer
answer
questions
questions
in
in
Unit
Unit
1,
1,
December
December
2017
2017
supplementary
supplementary
examination
examination
question
question
paper.
paper.
And
And
essay
essay
type
type
questions.
questions.
Question
Question
number
number
2A,
2A,
derive
derive
the
the
relationship
relationship
between
between
electric
electric
field
field
intensity
intensity
and
and
electric
electric
potential.
potential.
And
And
question
question
number
number
2B,
2B,
using
using
Gauss
Gauss
law,
law,
find
find
the
the
electric
electric
field
field
intensity
intensity
at
at
any
any
point
point
due
due
to
to
infinite
infinite
charged
charged
surface.
surface.
And
And
choice
choice
question
question
in
in
this
this
unit
unit
is
is
question
question
number
number
3A
3A
is
is
obtain the
obtain the
expression for
expression
the
for the
capacitance
capacitance
of a
of a
coaxial
coaxial
capacitor.
capacitor.
And
And
question
question
number
number
3B
3B
is
is
find
find
the
the
electric
electric
field
field
intensity
intensity
capital
capital
E
E
bar
bar
at
at 0,0,5
0,5 meters
meters
due
due
to
to
Q1
Q1
is
is
equal
equal
to
to
0.35
0.35
microcoulombs
microcoulombs
is
is
located
located
at
at
0,4,0
0,4,0
meters,
meters
and
and
Q2
Q2
is
is
equal
equal
minus
minus
0.55
0.55
microcoulombs
microcoulombs
at
at
3,0,0
3,0,0
meters.
meters.
First, we
First,
are
we are
going to
going to
discuss
discuss
about
about
short
short
answer
answer
questions,
questions,
and
and
after
after
that,
that,
we will
we will
discuss
discuss
about
about
essay
essay
type
type
questions.
questions.
And
And
short
short
answer
answer
questions,
questions,
question
question
number
number
1A,
1A,
list
list
the
the
limitations
limitations
of
of
Gauss
Gauss
law.
law.
List
List
the
the
limitations
limitations
of
of
Gauss
Gauss
law.
law.
What is the
What is the
statement of
statement
the
of the
Gauss
Gauss
law?
law?
The
The
electric
electric
flux
flux,
consider
consider
any
any
closed
closed
surface
surface
or
or
irregular
irregular
closed
closed
surface.
surface.
The
The
electric
electric
flux
flux
passing
passing
through
through
closed
closed
surface
surface
is
is
equal
equal
to
to
charge
charge
enclosed
enclosed
by
by
that
that
surface.
surface.
That
That
is,
is,
psi
psi
is
is
equal
equal
to
to
Q.
Q.
That is
That
a
is the
statement of
statement of
the
the
Gauss
Gauss
law.
law.
That is a
That is the
statement
statement
of
of
the
the
Gauss
Gauss
law.
law.
Now
Now
here
here
the
the
question
question
is,
is,
what are
what
the
are the
limitations
limitations
and what
and
are
what
the
are the
drawbacks of
drawbacks
the
of the
Gauss
Gauss
law?
law?
And the
And the
first
first
limitation of
limitation
the
of the
Gauss law
Gauss law
is,
is,
it
it
is
is
not
not
applicable
applicable
for
for
the
the
surfaces.
surfaces.
It is
It is
not
not
applicable
applicable
for
for
the
the
surfaces
surfaces
other
other
than the
than the
Gaussian
Gaussian
surface.
surface.
So what
So
is
what
the
is the
Gaussian
Gaussian
surface?
surface?
The
The
Gaussian
Gaussian
surface
surface
must
must
be
be
closed.
closed.
The
The
Gaussian
Gaussian
surface
surface
must
must
be
be
closed.
closed.
It is
It is
not
not
applicable for
applicable
the
for the
surfaces
surfaces
other
other
than the
than the
Gaussian
Gaussian
surface.
surface.
So
So
that
that
is
is
the
the
one of
one
the
of the
limitation.
limitation.
And
And
another
another
limitation
limitation
is,
is,
it
it
is
is
applicable
applicable
for
for
the
the
surfaces
surfaces
that
that
is
is
completely
completely
encloses
encloses
the
the
volume.
volume.
These
These
two
two
are
are
the
the
limitations
limitations
of the
of the
Gauss
Gauss
law.
law.
And the
And the
question
question
number
number
1B
1B
is,
is,
define the
define the
terms
terms
conduction
conduction
current
current
and
and
convection
convection
current.
current.
So what
So
is
what
the
is the
definition of
definition
the
of the
convection
convection
current
current
and
and
the
the
conduction
conduction
current?
current?
And the
The
definition of
definition
the
of the
conduction
conduction
current
current
is,
is,
the
the
conduction
conduction
current
current
is
is
defined
defined
as
as
the
the
current
current
produced
produced
due to
due to
the
the
flow
flow
of
of
the
the
electrons
electrons
in
in
a
a
conductor.
conductor.
Once
Once
again,
again,
the
the
conduction
conduction
current
current
is
is
defined
defined
as
as
the
the
current
current
produced
produced
due
due
to
to
the
the
flow of
flow of
electrons,
electrons,
flow
flow
of
of
electrons
electrons
in a
in a
conductor.
conductor.
So
So
this
this
conduction
conduction
current
current
satisfies
satisfies
obvious
obvious
the
the
Ohm's
Ohm's
law.
law.
Ohm's
Ohm's
law,
law
V
V
is
is
equal
equal
to
to
IR.
IR.
V is
V is
equal
equal
to
to
IR.
IR.
So
So
for
for
example,
example,
The current in a conductor like copper is the conduction current. Next, convection current. So what is the definition of the convection current? The convection current is defined as the current produced by a beam of electrons flowing through an insulating medium. The convection current is defined as the current produced by a beam of electrons flowing through an insulator. This convection current does not obvious the Ohm's law. For example, current through a vacuum, liquid, and so on is a convection current. So that is the definition of the convection current and conduction current. So these two are the short answer questions in this year. Next, coming to the essay type questions. Question number 2a. Derive the relation between electric field intensity and electric potential. Electric field intensity and electric potential. So first we are going to discuss about relation between electric field intensity and electric potential. Consider any closed path. Consider any 2 points, point A and point B. The potential rise from point A to point B is equal to the potential drop from point P2 to point P1. That is the closed path. So therefore, the potential difference between points A and B is independent of the path taken. That is, VBA is equal minus VAB. So point 1 to point A to the point B, the potential increases, which is equal to the potential drop from point B to the point A. So that is written as in mathematically, that can be represented in mathematically, VBA is equal minus VAB. So that is VAB plus VBA is equal to 0. So therefore, that above equation VAB is equal to VBA is equal to 0. That above equation, that meaning is the work is done in moving the test charge against the electric field. Work is said to be done when the test charge is moved against the electric field. So that may also be written as the closed line integral of the electric field intensity around any closed path must be 0. The closed line integral of the electric field intensity. Line integral of the electric field intensity around any closed path must be 0. So that is closed line integral of E bar dot dl bar is equal to 0. So this equation is called as one of the integral form of the Maxwell equation. The work is done in moving the charge around any closed path. The work is done in moving a charge around any closed path in a static electric field is 0. So that is closed line integral of E bar dot dl is equal to 0. So next, calculate the differential form of the Maxwell equation. What is the integral form of the Maxwell equation here? Closed line integral of E bar dot dl is equal to 0. That is one of the integral form of the Maxwell equation. Next, calculate the differential form of the Maxwell equation. How to calculate the differential form of the Maxwell equation? Using the concept of Stokes theorem. So what is the concept of the Stokes theorem? The closed line integral will be converted to the open surface integral. So that is the significance of the Stokes theorem. So using Stokes theorem into equation 1, we get closed line integral of E bar dot dl is equal open surface integral of del cross E bar dot ds bar. So from equation 1, what is the LHS term? The LHS term, closed line integral of E bar dot dl is equal to 0. What is the statement of the Stokes theorem? The statement of the Stokes theorem is capital A bar is any vector, closed line integral of A bar dot dl bar is equal open surface integral of L cross A bar dot ds bar. So this is the statement of the Stokes theorem. Capital A bar is the vector. So applying the Stokes theorem to equation 1, closed line integral of E bar dot dl bar is equal open surface integral of del cross E bar dot ds bar. So from equation 1, what is the closed line integral of E bar dot dl bar value? 0. So therefore, open surface integral of del cross E bar dot ds bar is equal to 0. And the RHS term is also written as surface integral of 0 dot ds bar on both sides. Surface integral is cancelled, we get del cross E bar is equal to 0. So this equation is called as differential form of the differential form of the Maxwell equation. Any vector A bar is said to be a irrotational field. What is the condition of the irrotational field? Del cross A bar is equal to 0. If that condition is satisfied as a given system, if that condition is satisfied, then the vector A bar is said to be irrotational field. So now here, del cross E bar is equal to 0. What is the E bar? E bar is the electrostatic field, electric field intensity. Now del cross E bar is equal to 0. So therefore, the electrostatic is a irrotational field. Electrostatic is a irrotational field. So this is very important question. Electrostatic is a solenoidal field or irrotational field. So del cross E bar is equal to 0. So because of that, the electrostatic is a irrotational field. And the equation 1 and equation 2 are called as integral form and differential form of Maxwell's equations. Equation 1 and equation 2 are called as integral form of the Maxwell equation and differential form of the Maxwell equation. Now here we want to derive the relation between E bar and V. According to the definition of the potential V is equal minus integral E bar dot dl bar. So differentiating on both sides, we get dV is equal minus E bar dot dl bar. So we know that the differential volume in Cartesian coordinate system dV is equal dou v by dou x dx plus dou v by dou y dy plus dou v by dou z dz, and this is the equation of the differential potential in Cartesian coordinate system. In Cartesian coordinate system, the vector form of the electric field intensity is defined as E bar is equal Ex bar plus Ey bar plus Ez bar. In this equation, Ex, Ey and Ez are magnitudes in x direction, y direction and z direction. Ax bar, Ay bar and Az bar are the unit vectors in x direction, y direction and z direction. And in Cartesian coordinate system, the differential vector length dl bar is equal dx ax bar plus dy ay bar plus dz bar. So now take the dot product of E bar dot dl bar. So from the above equation, from the equation of the potential, the differential potential dV is equal minus E bar dot dl bar. In Cartesian coordinate system, the vector form of E bar, this is the equation, and the differential length, this is the equation. Therefore, dV is equal minus E bar dot dl bar, and substitute E bar and dl bar values into this equation. We get dV is equal minus of Ex bar plus Ey bar plus Ez bar dot dx Ax bar plus Dy Ay bar plus dz bar. So we know that the dot product of the same unit vectors is unity and the dot product of different unit vectors is 0. So that is Ax bar dot Ax bar is equal to 1. Ax bar dot Ax bar is equal to 1. Ay bar dot Ay bar is equal to 1 and Az bar dot Az bar is equal to 1. The dot product of same unit vector is unity, Cartesian coordinate system, and the dot product of different unit vectors. So that is Ax bar dot Ay bar is 0, Ay bar dot Az bar is 0, Az bar dot Az bar dot Ax bar is equal to 0. So multiplying these two terms, we get some terms are Ax bar dot Ax bar, Ay bar dot Ay bar, and Az bar dot Az bar, and some terms are Ax bar dot Ay bar, Ay bar dot Az bar, Az bar dot Ax bar. So using this concept, dot product of the same unit vectors is unity and the dot product of different unit vectors is 0. Okay, we get dV is equal minus Ex dx minus Ey dy minus Ez dz. So comparing this equation with differential potential expression, what is the differential potential expression? Equation number 3, the differential potential dV is equal, the differential potential dV is equal dou v by dou x dx plus dou v by dou y dy plus dou v by dou z dz. So this is the equation of the differential potential, equation number 3. So comparing equation number 3 and equation number 4, we get Ex is equal minus dou v by dou x, Ey is equal minus dou v by dou y, and Ez is equal minus dou v by dou z. And substitute Ex, Ey and Ez components values into vector form of the electric field intensity expression. So what is the vector form of the electric field intensity? E bar is equal to E bar is equal to Ex into Ax bar plus Ey into Ay bar plus Ez into Az bar. So this is the vector form of the electric field intensity equation. Substitute Ex, Ey and Ez component values into this equation. We get the electric field intensity E bar is equal minus dou v by dou x Ax bar minus dou v by dou y Ay bar minus dou v by dou z Az bar. Therefore, this equation can also be written as, for all the terms take the common minus and the potential V, that is equal E bar is equal minus of dou by dou x Ax bar plus dou by dou y Ay bar plus dou by dou z Az bar into V. So we know that is equal to E bar is equal to minus del V, where del is the vector differential operator. The vector differential operator del is equal dou by dou x Ax bar plus dou by dou y Ay bar plus dou by dou z Az bar. So this is the relationship between electric field intensity and electric potential. The electric field intensity is the negative gradient of the potential. The electric field intensity is the negative gradient of the electric potential. That is, E bar is equal to minus del V. Next, coming to the question number 2b. The question number 2b is, what is the question number 2b? Using Gauss law, find the electric field intensity at any point due to the infinite charged surface. And this is question number 2b. So that is, find out the electric field intensity. That is one of the application of the Gauss law. Using Gauss law again, that question is one of the application of the Gauss law. Consider an infinite sheet of the charge. That infinite sheet of the charge is placed in that is equal to 0 plane, that is xy plane, with the center as origin. So this surface sheet carries charge density. It has uniform charge density, that is rho s coulombs per meter square. Consider a rectangle box as a Gaussian surface. Consider a rectangle box as a Gaussian surface which is cut by the infinite sheet of the charge. And consider small differential surface, and this is the small differential surface, and this is a surface sheet, and this is a rectangle box. That rectangle box cut the infinite surface sheet. That rectangular box is a Gaussian surface. So this rectangular box is perpendicular to the infinite sheet of the charge. Now here the electric field intensity is parallel to the z-axis. The z-axis is normal to the infinite sheet that z-axis is parallel to the Gaussian surface on the rectangular box. So calculate the electric flux density or electric field intensity normal to the surface. There is no electric field intensity and electric flux density parallel to the surface. Or parallel to the surface means there is xy plane. There is no along x direction and along y direction. There is no electric field intensity or electric flux density. Here electric flux density exists only normal to the surface, that is along z direction. For the above xy plane, the unit vector is plus a bar, that is a bar is equal plus az bar, and below the sheet, and this is the sheet, and this is the top of the sheet, and this is the bottom of the sheet, and the below the sheet, the unit vector is minus a bar is equal minus az bar. Okay. This matter is explanation of the diagram. So using Gauss law, what is the statement of the Gauss law? The flux passing through any closed surface is equal to charge enclosed by that surface. That is, Q is equal to closed surface into log d bar dot ds bar. Q is equal closed surface into log d bar dot ds bar. So now the Gaussian surface is closed. The electric flux density can be evaluated into three cases. One is the top of the surface, and second one is the bottom of the surface. The top of the Gaussian surface and bottom of the Gaussian surface and side of the surfaces. So now here the rectangular box is parallel to the z-axis perpendicular to the surface sheet. The electric flux density presents only along the z direction. Along x direction and along y direction there is no electric flux density. Along x direction and along y direction there is no electric flux density. And that means along x direction and along y direction means side part of the Gaussian surface there is no electric flux density. So now the electric flux density is calculated only the top of the surface and bottom of the surface. Top of the surface and bottom of the surface. So therefore, the closed surface is of d bar dot ds bar is written as top integral of d bar dot ds bar plus bottom integral of d bar dot ds bar plus side integral of d bar dot ds bar. So for the side integral, there is no electric flux density, that is side integral of d bar dot ds bar is equal to 0. And now calculate now and top of the surface and the bottom of the surface. For the bottom of the surface, that is along z direction. For the top of the surface, in Cartesian coordinate system, what is the vector form of the electric flux density? D bar is equal to dx ax bar plus dy ay bar plus dz az bar. Now here in this application, the electric flux density exists along z direction only, not present in x direction and y direction. So because of that, d bar is equal to dz into dz bar on top of the surface, above the surface. And the differential vector surface area is ds bar is equal to dx dy z bar. So now take the dot product of d bar and ds bar. D bar dot ds bar is equal dz az bar dot dx dy az bar. But we know that the dot product of the same unit vectors is infinity. That is az bar dot az bar is 1. So therefore dz into dx dy. Now take the that is the top of the surface. Similarly, calculate the bottom of the surface. And this is the surface sheet, and this is the top of the surface, and the bottom of the surface. For the bottom of the surface, the electric flux density. The electric flux density d bar is equal dz into minus az bar. Dz into minus az, negative z direction. Negative z direction. And the differential vector surface area ds bar is equal dx dy into minus az bar. Now take the dot product of d bar and ds bar. We get d bar dot ds bar is equal dz dx dy, and substitute this value and this value and this value into equation 1. So what is the equation 1? This is the equation 1. And substitute in this equation, we get the charge q is equal and side of the integral is 0. Side of the integral is 0. And calculate the electric flux density present only top of the surface and bottom of the surface. So, top of the surface, what is the d bar dot ds bar dz into dx dy, and bottom of the surface, what is the value of d bar dot ds bar dz dx dy, and side of the integral is 0. So that is equal dz is constant, that is written before integration, dz top integral of dx dy plus dz bottom integral of dx dy, that is equal, and top integral of dx dy is done, and top of the surface shape and the top of the surface area is top area is A is equal surface integral of dx dy, and bottom surface area is dx bottom integral of dx dy, that is capital A. Top integral of dx dy is top surface area, bottom integral of dx dy is bottom surface area, that is capital A. So dzk plus dzk 2 dzk, and area is coming to the LHS side. We have q by a is equal to dz, and total charge to the total surface area is called as surface charge density. Rho s is equal to q by a is the surface charge density. Therefore, rho s is equal to 2 dz, dz is equal to rho s by 2, and substitute this value into. So now here in this application, the electric flux density exists along the z direction. So along the z direction, what is the electric flux density? D bar is equal to dz into S bar. D bar is equal to dz into S bar. And substitute this dz value into that equation, we get the electric flux density D bar is equal rho s by 2 into S bar for top of the surface, and bottom of the surface, the electric flux density d bar is equal minus rho s by 2 into minus S bar, that is rho s by 2 S bar coulombs per meter square. So next, calculate the electric field intensity. And what is the relation between electric field intensity and electric flux density? These two are related to the permittivity of the medium, that is d bar is equal epsilon into d bar. And substitute d bar value into this equation, we get the electric field intensity d bar is equal rho s by 2 epsilon naught into S bar for top of the surface, and similarly bottom of the surface, rho s by 2 epsilon naught into S bar for bottom of the surface. So that is question number 3 and question number 2b. Next, coming to choice question in this unit, question number 3a. Obtain the expression for the capacitance of a coaxial capacitor. Obtain the expression for the capacitance of a coaxial capacitor. Consider a coaxial cable or coaxial capacitor which is shown in the figure. So this is the figure of coaxial cable. This is the figure of coaxial cable, coaxial capacitor. So now here in this figure, two concentric circular cylinders are separated by the dielectric permittivity epsilon, and this is the inner conductor and this is the outer conductor. Between these two concentric circular conductors are separated by dielectric permittivity epsilon. And small a is the radius of the inner conductor and small b is the radius of the outer conductor. The inner conductor carries the positive charge density, that is rho L coulombs per meter, and outer conductor carries the negative charge density, that is minus rho L coulombs per meter. And what is the direction of the electric field intensity? From the positive charge is always moving in the radial outward direction. So now here the direction of the electric field intensity is from inner conductor to outer conductor. Inner conductor to outer conductor. The inner conductor carries the positive charge density. Because of that, the direction of the electric flux density is moving from inner conductor to outer conductor. So what is the relation? What is the definition of the potential? V is equal to minus integral of E bar dot dl bar. The direction of the electric field intensity is from inner conductor to outer conductor, and the direction of the electric potential is from outer conductor to inner conductor. Outer to inner conductor, potential direction. And the length of the conductor or length of the coaxial cable is capital L meters. So therefore, the charge associated, the charge is of the conductor or coaxial cable Q is equal to rho L into L coulombs. Since we now have to consider cylindrical coordinate system, in cylindrical coordinate system, this is already explained from the figure, this matter. Consider the inner conductor of the cylinder is considered as the infinite line charge. So what is the equation of the electric field intensity due to the infinite line charge? E bar is equal to rho L by 2 pi epsilon r. So that is the equation of the electric field intensity due to infinite line charge. Now here the inner conductor is considered as the infinite line charge. So the electric field intensity E bar is equal rho L by 2 pi epsilon r into E r bar. The direction of the electric field intensity is radial direction from inner conductor to outer conductor. And the direction of the differential length is also very in the same direction. And what is that same direction? Radial direction. dl bar is equal to dr into er bar. dl bar is equal to dr into er bar. Not varying phi direction and z direction. The differential length is also very in the same direction. That is er bar direction. So we know that the potential difference V is equal minus integral E bar dot dl bar. So that potential increases from inner conductor to outer conductor, that is plus 2 minus, and the potential difference and the potential increases from rises from outer to inner, and outer conductor carries negative charge and inner conductor carries the positive charge. So that is V is equal minus integral outer conductor to inner conductor E bar dot dl bar. And outer conductor radius is b meters and inner conductor radius is a meter minus integral b to a E bar is rho L by 2 pi epsilon r er bar dot dl bar is dr into er bar. So we know that dot product of same unit vector is unity, that is er bar dot er bar is equal to 1, and the remaining expression minus integral r is equal to d to a rho L by 2 pi epsilon r into dr. Rho L by 2 pi epsilon is written before integration. Integral 1 by r is log r. Applying the upper value of r and lower value of r, we get logarithm of a minus logarithm of b. Log a minus log b is log of a by b minus rho L by 2 pi epsilon log of a by b. So minus log of a by b is also written as log of b by a, that is equal rho L by 2 pi epsilon log of b by a. Next, calculate the capacitance. So what is the capacitance? The capacitance C is equal to Q by V. Capacitance C is equal to Q by V. The charge and potential of the coaxial cable already calculated, and substitute charge and potential values into here, we get the capacitance of the coaxial cable. So that is equal. The charge of the coaxial cable is Q is equal to rho L into L, and the potential V is equal to rho L by 2 pi epsilon logarithm of B by A. And numerator and denominator rho L is cancelled, so we get C is equal to 2 pi epsilon L by logarithm of B by A. So this is a capacitor of a coaxial cable capacitor. Next, question number 3b. Determine the electric field intensity capital E bar at 0, 0, 5 meters due to the charge Q1 and charge Q2. So given that the charge Q1 is equal to 0.35 microcoulombs and the charge is located at 0, 4, 0 meters and the second charge Q2 is equal minus 0.55 microcoulombs which is located at 3, 0, 0 meters. Calculate the electric field intensity at 0, 0, 5 meters. And this is the first point charge and this is the second point charge, and calculate the electric field intensity at 0, 0, 5 meters. Draw the lines from first point charge to the 0, 0, 5 meters point and draw the vector line from second point charge to the 0, 0, 5 meters. And this distance is capital R1 bar. And this distance is capital R1 bar, and this point to this point the distance is R1 bar, and this distance is R2 bar. So now we have to calculate the electric field 0, 0, 5 meters. Because of that, the distance vector R1 bar is equal this coordinate point minus this coordinate point. Similarly, the distance vector R2 bar is equal this coordinate point minus this coordinate point. So why this coordinate point minus this coordinate point and this coordinate point minus this coordinate point? Here the electric field intensity is calculated at 0, 0, 5 meters. So therefore, the total potential at 0, 0, 5 meters is 0, 0, 5 meters is E bar is equal to E1 bar plus E2 bar, where E1 bar is the electric field intensity at 0, 0, 5 meters due to the charge Q1, and E2 bar is the electric field intensity at 0, 0, 5 meters due to the second charge Q2. So first calculate E1 bar. So before calculating E1 bar, first determine the distance vector R1 bar and magnitude of R1 bar. And R1 bar is R1 bar is 0, 0, 5 minus first point charge coordinate point, that is 0, 4, 0. So 0, minus 4, 5, this is written in terms of unit vector. R1 bar is equal 0, minus 4, 5. This is represented in terms of unit vectors. 0 into ax bar minus 4 into ay bar plus 5 into az bar. That is equal minus 4 ay bar plus 5 az bar. And take the magnitude on both sides. Magnitude of R1 bar is equal to R1, that is square root of 0 square plus minus 4 square plus 5 square is equal to square root of 41 is equal 6.4. And the electric field in next calculate the R2 bar is equal 0, 0, 5 minus second point charge coordinate point, that is 3, 0, 0, that is equal 0 minus 3 minus 3, 0 minus 0, 0, 5 minus 0, 5. This is represented in terms of unit vector. Minus 3 ax bar plus 0 ay bar plus 5 az bar. Take the magnitude on both sides. Magnitude of R2 bar is equal square root of minus 3 square plus 0 square plus 5 square. That is equal to square root of 34 is equal to 5.8. And substitute Q1, Q2, R1 square and R2 square values into this equation. So we get the electric field intensity at 0, 0, 5 meters is Q1 is 0.35 into 10 to the power minus 6 by 4 pi epsilon naught. R1 is square root of 41 R1 square is 41 plus Q2 is minus 0.55 into 10 to the power minus 6 by 4 pi epsilon naught into R2 square. R2 square is 34. Therefore, 1 by 4 pi epsilon is common both the terms. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon value is 9 into 10 to the power 9 into remaining term. And simplifying this value, we get the electric field intensity at 0, 0, 5 meters is minus 1.38 kilovolts per meter.